Today I'm going to be doing what I eat in a day, 3 fabulous breakfasts that are fat burning and high in protein. Hello fam and welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Neal, and if you don't know me, this channel is all about helping you, if you're a woman over 40 or like me over 50, get in fantastic shape. And I get asked all the time about high protein meals because as women over 40 we really do need to be taking our protein high in order to lose weight. And the 3 breakfasts that I'm cooking today have got some anti-inflammatory ingredients in them, and I'm going to be doing 1 fish breakfast and 2 plant-based breakfasts. The first thing that I'm cooking today is going to be a smoked salmon omelette, and oily fish like salmon is absolutely fantastic for women over 40 because it's going to help us balance our hormones. Salmon or any other oily fish is anti-inflammatory, and so those fish oils are absolutely great for us to help us balance our hormones, which will also help us lose weight. And in the omelette, I'm going to be putting in some broccoli, which is a great ingredient. It's anti-inflammatory as well, and it's got loads of antioxidants, and it's really good for our health, broccoli. And I'm going to be using some sweet potato as a carbohydrate source. Sweet potato or white potato is really great as a carbohydrate source, and these kind of carbs are really good for us because they're slow releasing, they're low GI, and they're going to give us energy to get through the day. I love to have lots of carbohydrate in my breakfast. And then because it's an omelette, we're going to be using some eggs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just crack couple of eggs into this bowl. And I'm just going to put some of the potato in here. So I've got about 150 grams of potato. I don't think I'm going to put all that in. Should have put this in before, but I'm just going to spray with some light spray oil, and then I'm going to put a few sprigs of broccoli in there, and then I've got 100 grams of smoked salmon. Now because it's smoked, I don't really need to pre-cook it because you can eat this raw, and I've already kind of cut it into small pieces. Here it's kind of sizzling away there. And then I'm just going to pour the egg on there. So there you have a very simple smoked salmon, sweet potato and broccoli omelette. I promised you that I was going to do a plant-based breakfast, and the next 2 are plant-based because I know this is really popular and I eat some plant-based food myself. So what I'm going to be doing is some tofu, and this is a really nice smoked tofu that I found. This is available in the UK, and what's nice about this is it's mostly natural ingredients. Then I'm going to be making my own homemade baked beans. Now don't worry, it's not going to be difficult. It sounds as though it's a real faff, doesn't it? But actually, it's just really easy. It's just putting lots of things into a saucepan. And the thing about doing your own homemade baked beans is there's no added sugar, there's no additives. So it's much, much better for you. And I'm going to be using a spring onion, or sometimes they're called scallion, and some garlic paste in the homemade baked beans. And I'm actually going to add some chili peppers. I love having things with chili peppers. I know baked beans don't have chili peppers in, but I like having that kind of flavour. And I'm also going to use some rocket leaves just to have some lovely green leafy vegetables, which are anti-inflammatory. I'm going to be using an avocado. Avocados are great because they're anti-inflammatory. They're going to help balance our hormones because they've got lots of those good fats in. And then just on the side, we're going to have a slice of rye bread, and this is whole grain rye bread. And the good thing about rye is it's actually really high in protein, and all these meals today are high in protein. To make sure I've got the protein up, because tofu, actually the protein content compared to some fishes and meats, it's a bit lower, so that's why I'm adding the beans in, because beans are a source of carbohydrate, but they're also a source of protein. So I'm going to start off with making the beans. I've actually got some blended tomatoes here, so that's just a can of tomatoes blended up, but you could use passata. And what I'm going to do now is just really put everything into a saucepan and just cook it. That's all I'm going to do. It's really simple. So I put the beans in there. They're cannellini beans, but in America you would use haricot beans. Then I've got the chopped up spring onions and chili peppers. So I'm just going to put that and a teaspoon of garlic paste. And that's it. And I know some people ask me about salt. What I tend to do is add salt when I'm eating the food, so I don't put it into the cooking, and that's much healthier for you. I'm just going to put that on the heat, and it's just going to heat through. That's all I want it to do. So I've got 100 grams of tofu here, so it's kind of half a packet. And what I'm going to do is just slice it up into thin slices. I mean, this doesn't need cooking. It's just going to be more pleasant if it's heated through and cooked. That's heated through, and I'm just going to now put that in the pan. So it's just going to be a minute or two on each side on a very low heat. Meanwhile, I'm going to cut the avocado. Now, with avocado, you do have to watch out because it's high in fat. So I'm going to have half an avocado with this breakfast and then put the other half to one side and have it the next day. You can freeze avocado, or you can buy frozen avocado, which is very convenient because then you can take out exactly what you need. Avocado is going to give us the good fats that we need to balance our hormones. So we're ready to plate up now. This looks amazing. So I'm just gonna put the tofu on the plate, and then I put the beans in a bowl because they are quite runny. So normally I would weigh this out and give myself 100 grams of beans, but I'm just going to have to guess that's around about 100 grams of beans. And I'm just going to get a little bit of rocket for some garnish. Put the avocado on there. I'm going to need to sprinkle a little bit of lemon juice on the avocado so that it doesn't go brown. And then we're just going to put a small slice of that whole grain rye bread there. So that's my tofu, avocado and rocket salad with homemade baked beans and a slice of rye bread, and that's going to keep you going for a long time in the morning. It's a really wholesome, filling breakfast. So I'm going to make my third breakfast, and this one's plant-based again. I'm going to be using a plant-based vegan protein. This one's from Women's Best. They actually sent this to me to try out, and because it's a coconut flavour, I absolutely love it. But I do get it that might not be for everybody. But just any protein of your choice. You could use a whey protein. And what I've done is I've soaked some oats or oatmeal overnight in some almond milk, and that's been in the fridge overnight. These are overnight oats. And what I'm going to use is just some berries to top it with. I've got blueberries and raspberries there, but any berries that you like. Strawberries are great. Berries are fantastic because they're full of antioxidants. They're another food that's anti-inflammatory, so they're great for balancing our hormones. I'm going to be using a little bit more almond milk just to mix the protein powder. So because I want this to be high in protein, I'm actually going to put a scoop and a half of protein powder in. This is going to be a very, very high protein breakfast. And what I'm going to do, I don't want this to be too thick like a drink or a shake. So I'm just going to add a small amount of almond milk in there, not a lot at all. So this is just so that I can kind of whisk it together and get it into a thick paste. And I should add that this is actually unsweetened almond milk. It's a good idea to always go for the unsweetened almond milk. You don't want to have it sweetened because then you're adding sugar. So you can see there, I've kind of got a thick paste. So what I'm going to do now is add that to the overnight oats. And because we're eating this, we're not drinking this, we don't want it to be very, very runny. So that's why I'm just mixing the protein powder into a paste. And then what we're going to do is just simply mix that up, and then we're going to add our berries in. That looks amazing. You could add some seeds, but I'm going to just add a spoonful of almond butter just for the good fats, which is really, really important. And there we have it. That's a really quick and easy overnight protein and oats. Let me know in the comments section whether you're going to try any of these recipes, and I will be doing a what I eat in a day, full day of eating very soon. I will link in the description a video that I made recently on the right kind of eating and the right kind of exercise and lifestyle for managing our hormones and therefore weight loss. And I will link a playlist at the end of this video with all my other what I eat in a day, and many of them are a full day of eating. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you get the bell notifications and you're notified when my videos first drop. And do also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok.